Hello friends, we'll start a class on real sequence. This is our class 10. In previous classes, we discussed Sandwich theorem and we proved this theorem and some examples on this theorem. In this class, we discuss some important rules without proof, okay? Some important rules which help us to find the limit of a sequence. Okay. Some important rules on limit of a sequence, definition of null sequence, and definition of divergent sequences. Okay. This is our topic. So let us start. First we state the properties or rules. Okay. Number one, some important rules. Okay. Some important rules. Okay. Some important rules. Okay. Number one, if R be any real number, if R be any real number such that mod R is less than 1, okay? If R be any real number such that mod R is less than 1, then limit n tends to infinity R to the power n equal to 0. Clear? Okay. For example, limit n tends to infinity half to the power n. Okay, this is less than 1, so this limit is 0. Clear? Rule 2, limit if xn be a real sequence. Okay, if xn be a real sequence such that limit n tends to infinity xn equal to L. Okay, xn be a real sequence and converges to L if a be any real number greater than 0. If a be any real number greater than 0, then limit n tends to infinity a to the power xn equal to a to the power limit n tends to infinity xn, that is a to the power L. Okay. Here, if xn be a real sequence which is convergent and converges to L, if L is a greater than 0, if a greater than 0, then limit n tends to infinity a to the power xn equal to a to the power L. Clear? Rule 3, limit n tends to infinity log of xn. Okay, limit n tends to infinity log of xn equal to log of limit n tends to infinity xn. Okay, clear? Limit n tends to infinity log of xn equal to log of limit n tends to infinity xn. That is, limit and log can be interchanged. Okay, clear? Rule 4, if un be a real sequence, such that un is greater than 0 for all n belongs to n. Okay, that is, un be a real sequence of positive terms. Un be a real sequence of positive terms. Okay, each term of the sequence un is greater than 0. Okay, and the limit of un is equal to u, which is also greater than 0. Okay, and this real sequence is convergent to u, and the u is also greater than 0. Clear? If Vn be also a real sequence, such that limit n tends to infinity Vn equal to V. Okay, then limit n tends to infinity un to the power Vn equal to u to the power V. Okay, so we repeat this. If un and Vn be two real sequence, un and Vn be two real sequence, and un converges to u, Vn converges to V. Un converges to u and Vn converges to V. And the extra condition is if un greater than 0 for all n and u is also greater than 0, that is un is convergent to u and the limit is greater than 0, and each term of un is greater than 0. Okay, then limit n tends to infinity un to the power Vn equal to u to the power V, that is can be also written as n tends to infinity un to the power n limit n tends to infinity Vn. Clear? This is an important result. Okay, if un be a real sequence with positive terms and limit n tends to infinity un equal to u, which is greater than 0, if Vn be also a real sequence such that Vn converges to V, then un to the power Vn, this is also a real sequence which is converges to u to the power V. Okay, rule 5, limit n tends to infinity n to the power 1 by n equal to 1. Okay, limit n tends to infinity n to the power 1 by n equal to 1. Clear? Now rule 6, if un be a real sequence. Okay, if un be a real sequence and if limit n tends to infinity un plus 1 by un, this is equal to L. Okay, if un be a real sequence, okay, a real sequence of positive terms, that is un is greater than 0 for all n. Clear? Un is greater than 0 for all n, that is un be a real sequence of positive terms, that is un is greater than 0 for all n, and if limit n tends to infinity un plus 1 by un, that is this is n plus 1th term and this is nth term. So n plus 1th term by nth term, the limit of this is equal to L. Then number 1, if 0 less than equal to L less than 1, this implies limit un equal to 0. Okay, clear? If L lies between close to 0 open 1, that is 0 less than equal to L less than 1, then limit un equal to 0. If L is greater than 1, this implies limit un equal to infinity. Okay, that is the sequence is not convergent, diverges to infinity. Okay, number 3, for L equal to 1, no conclusion. Okay, it does not give any conclusion for n equal L equal to 1. Okay, so if un be a real sequence of positive terms and limit n tends to infinity un plus 1 by un equal to L, then 0 less than equal to L less than 1 implies un converges to 0. If L greater than 1, then the sequence un diverges to infinity. For L equal to 1, there are no conclusion. Okay. Rule 7, similar as this. Okay. Un be a real sequence. Un be a real sequence of positive terms. Okay. Un be a real sequence of positive terms. And here we find the limit n tends to infinity un to the power 1 by n. Okay. Here we find limit n tends to infinity un to the power 1 by n. This is equal to L. If this is equal to L, then number 1, 0 less than equal to L less than 1 implies limit un equal to 0. Number 2, if L greater than 1, this implies limit n tends to infinity un diverges to infinity. And for L equal to 1, no conclusion. Okay. Clear? Un be a real sequence of positive terms. If limit n tends to infinity un to the power 1 by n equal to L, then if a 0 less than equal to L less than 1, then the limit, then this sequence converges to 0. If L greater than 1, then this sequence diverges to infinity. If L equal to n, there are no conclusion. Okay. So these are some important rules of limit of a sequence. This helps us to find a limit of a sequence. Okay. To solve this problem, we apply these rules. Okay. Clear? Now we discuss null sequence. So first we get the definition of null sequence. A real sequence xn is said to be a null sequence if limit n tends to infinity xn equal to 0. That is a real sequence xn is said to be a null sequence if this sequence converges to 0. Okay. Clear? So for example, if we take xn equal to 1 by 2 to the power n, okay, if we take xn equal to 1 by 2 to the power n, then limit n tends to infinity xn equal to limit n tends to infinity 1 by 2 to the power n. This is equal to limit n tends to infinity half to the power n. Okay, clear? So half is less than 1. So by rule 1, if mod of r is less than 1, then limit n tends to infinity r to the power n equal to 0. So this is equal to 0. Clear? So this implies this is a null sequence. Okay, this is a null sequence. Clear? Okay, so this is an example of a null sequence. A sequence is said to be a null sequence if the sequence converges to 0. Okay, now we have a result. We discussed a result in previous classes. We discussed this theorem in previous classes. Okay, the theorem is if a real sequence converges to x, then the sequence mod xn converges to mod x. Okay, clear? we proved this theorem in previous classes. Okay, if xn converges to x, then mod xn converges to mod x, and the converse may not be true. We also discussed this in previous class. Clear? So using this theorem, we say that if xn converges to 0 as n tends to infinity, this implies mod xn converges to mod 0, that is 0, as n tends to infinity. Okay, so if xn converges to 0 as n tends to infinity, this implies mod xn converges to also 0 as n tends to infinity. So that is if xn is a null sequence, this implies mod xn is also a null sequence. Okay, using this theorem. Okay, using this theorem. Clear? If xn is converges to 0, then mod xn also converges to 0. So if xn is a null sequence, then mod xn is also a null sequence. Okay, this is our next theorem. If xn be a null sequence, then the sequence mod xn is also be a null sequence. Okay, clear? Okay, now we define divergent sequence. Okay, divergent sequence. Okay, there are so many types of divergent sequences. We discuss one by one. Okay, so first the first definition is, if xn be a real sequence, okay, let xn be a real sequence, then the xn is said to diverge, then the real sequence xn is said to diverge to plus infinity if for each g greater than 0, okay, however large, okay, if for all g greater than 0, however large, there exists natural number k such that xn is greater than equal to, or xn is greater than equal to g for all n greater than equal to k. Okay, clear? Xn is greater than equal to g for all n greater than equal to k. Clear? If these conditions holds, then we say that the sequence xn is diverge to plus infinity. Okay, so now we give an example. Okay, if we take xn equal to 2n, n becomes natural number. Okay, we prove this diverge to plus infinity. So we prove for each g greater than 0, there exists natural number k. Okay, so first we take g equal to 50. Okay, first we take g equal to 50, then x, then if we take k equal to 25, then xk equal to 50, k plus 1 equal to 26, that is xk plus 1 equal to 52, xk plus 2 equal to 54, and so on. Okay, so after the kth term, after the kth term of the sequence, xk is greater than equal to g, that is xn is greater than equal to 50 for all n greater than equal to k. Okay, xk is 50, xk plus 1 52, xk plus 2 54, and so on. So xn is greater than equal to 50 for all n greater than equal to k, that is xn is greater than equal to g for all n greater than equal to k. Clear? Similarly, if we take g equal to 1001, okay, 1001. If we take g equal to 1001, then if we take k equal to 502, so 501, then xk is equal to 1002, okay, xk equal to 2k means 1002, xk plus 1 is 1004, xk plus here k is 25, okay, for xk plus 2 is 6, okay. So for g equal to 1001, xn is greater than equal to 1001 for all n greater than equal to 501, okay, this is our k, okay. So xn is greater than equal to g for all n greater than equal to k. Clear? So for g equal to 50, we have the natural number is 25. There exists natural number, so we find the natural number 25 for g equal to 50. For g equal to 1001, our k is 501. Okay. So if we choose any g, we choose another g. If g equal to 101 by 2. Okay, fraction. That is 50.5. Okay, that is 50.5. Then we can choose k equal to 26. Then xk equal to 52. Okay, xk equal to 52. xk plus 1 equal to 54. xk plus 2 equal to 56, and so on. So xn is greater than equal to g for all n greater than equal to 26. Okay, 26. This will be, can take g by 2. This will take, this can take g by 2 plus 1. Okay, box of g by 2 plus 1 because g equal to 50.5. so g by 2 equal to 25 point something. Okay, so box g by 2, this is a box function. We discussed this box function in previous class. Okay, box g by 2 is equal to 25. Okay, so 25 plus 1, that is 26. So this will taken as box g by 2 plus 1. Okay, so this is our k, this is our k. Therefore xn is greater than equal to g for all n greater than equal to k. Okay, so if g equal to 50, we can find natural number k, which is 25. If g equal to 1001, we find a natural number k, which is 501. If g equal to 101 by 2, then we can find a natural number k, which is 26. Okay, so with this process we can find for every number g, for every positive number g, there exists a natural number k such that xn is greater than equal to g, such that xn is greater than equal to g, such that xn is greater than equal to g for all n greater than equal to k. Okay, clear? So here we take a particular g and we find a k. Okay, so for each g there exists a k. Now we discuss this process in a general way. In a general way, to using this box function. Okay, to using this box function. So in general, here xn equal to 2n. Okay, for all n greater than equal to k. Okay, now we have to prove xn is greater than equal to g. Okay, so we take a g. So we take g greater than 0. However, large. We take a g greater than 0. However, large. So now xn is 2n. We have this is greater than equal to g. This is greater than equal to g. Okay, so in graph if we calculate 2n is greater than equal to g for, so this is n is greater than equal to g by 2. Okay, n is greater than equal to g by 2. So for all n greater than equal to, if this is a fraction, we take k as box g by 2 plus 1. Okay, same as the discussion this. Okay, same as the discussion this. Okay, clear? So if this is greater than equal to g for all n greater than equal to box g by 2 plus 1. Clear? So if we take this is equal to k, this is k, then xn is greater than equal to g for all n greater than equal to k. Clear? For all n greater than equal to k. Okay, so this implies xn, the sequence xn diverges to plus infinity. Okay, so if for all g greater than 0, however large, there is a natural number k such that xn is greater than equal to g for all n greater than equal to k, then we say that the real sequence xn diverges to plus infinity. Okay. Similarly, number 2. Similarly, if xn be a real sequence, then this real sequence is said to diverge to minus infinity if for each g greater than 0 there exists a natural number k belongs to n such that xn is less than equal to minus g for all n greater than equal to k. Clear? Okay. xn is said to diverge to minus infinity if for all g greater than 0 there exists natural number k belongs to n such that xn is less than equal to minus g for all n greater than equal to k. Okay. For this, if we take xn equal to minus 2n, n belongs to natural number. Okay. If we take x equal to minus 2n, n belongs to natural number, then if let g greater than 0, now xn equal to minus 2n. Okay, we have to prove this is less than equal to g, so this is less than equal to minus g. Okay, this is less than equal to minus g, this implies less than equal to minus g. So in rough minus 2n is less than equal to minus g. So if we remove the minus, 2n is greater than equal to g, this implies n is greater than equal to g by 2. So similar as this, n is greater than equal to g by 2, so we take k equal to g by box g by 2 plus 1. So we take k equal to box g by 2 plus 1. Okay, So this is less than equal to minus g for all n greater than equal to k, and k is box g by 2 plus 1. Clear? Okay. So this implies xn is less than equal to minus g for all n greater than equal to k. Okay. So this implies this real sequence diverges to minus infinity. Okay. This real sequence diverges to minus infinity. Clear? Okay. Now we give another example. If we take xn equal to the power n, okay, we prove xn diverges to plus infinity. Okay, this is an example of another real sequence which is diverges to plus infinity. Okay, so we take a real number g greater than 0, then xn equal to the power n, which is greater than equal to g. Okay, because for tends to plus infinity, diverges to plus infinity, this will be greater than equal to g. So this is greater than equal to g. So for which this is greater than equal to g, now we calculate this. To the power n is greater than equal to g. Then log to the power n is greater than equal to log g. Okay, because log is monotonic increasing function. Okay, so n log 2 is greater than equal to log g. Okay, so log 2 is greater than equal to log g by, sorry, n is greater than equal to log g by log 2. Okay, since g is greater than 0 however large, so this is greater than 0. Okay, as this is greater than 0 however large, so this is greater than 0. So here we take k equal to box of this plus 1, k equal to box of log g by log 2 plus 1. Okay, so this is greater than equal to g for all n greater than equal to k, where k is log g by log 2 plus 1. Clear? So this implies xn is greater than equal to k, sorry, xn is greater than equal to g for all n greater than equal to k. Okay, clear? So this implies this real sequence diverges to plus infinity. Okay, clear? So these our two examples, xn equal to n and xn equal to the power n is diverges to plus infinity, and we prove as the process. Okay, and this is the rule for diverges to minus infinity. Okay, so these are two divergent of a sequence. Okay, there are another types of divergent sequences. For example, minus 1 whole to the power n. If we take xn equal to minus 1 whole to the power n, okay, then in previous class we proved this is a divergent sequence. This is a divergent sequence, but this neither diverges to plus infinity nor diverges to minus infinity. Okay, this is an example this is an example of a real sequence which is divergent, not convergent. Okay, it is divergent, but it does not diverge to plus infinity nor minus infinity. Okay, clear? Also if xn equal to minus 1 whole to the power n into n, this is also an example of a divergent sequence. This is also an example of a divergent sequence which is neither xn is neither divergent to plus infinity nor diverges to minus infinity. Okay, this sequence is a divergent sequence, but this neither diverges to plus infinity nor diverges to minus infinity. This is also a real sequence which is divergent, but neither diverges to plus infinity nor diverges to minus infinity. Okay, so this type of sequence are said to be oscillatory sequence. Okay, oscillatory sequence. Okay, and those sequence if now we get a definition if xn definition a real sequence xn is said to be properly divergent if either xn diverges to plus infinity or xn diverges to minus infinity. Okay, if a sequence is said to be properly divergent, okay, if a real sequence is said to be properly divergent if either this is diverges to plus infinity or it is diverges to minus infinity. Okay, this divergent is called properly divergent, and this type of divergent is called improper divergent. This type of divergent is called improper divergent. Okay, clear? Here this is a bounded sequence. Okay, and this is unbounded. Okay, this is unbounded sequence. So this is an example. So xn equal to minus 1 whole to the power n. This is bounded sequence and not properly divergent. Okay, and not properly divergent. Okay, not properly divergent. And this is a sequence. This sequence is also not properly divergent, but it is unbounded. This is unbounded and also not properly divergent. Okay, this is unbounded and also not properly divergent. Okay, so this type of sequence is said to be oscillatory sequence. Okay, this type of sequence is said to be oscillatory. Okay, oscillatory. Okay, this type of sequence is called oscillatory sequence. Okay, oscillatory sequence. And which sequence are bounded and oscillatory, this sequence is called a finite oscillation. Okay, this type of sequence is called a oscillatory sequence. This type of sequence minus 1 whole to the power n. This type of sequence is called oscillatory sequence of finite oscillation. That is those oscillatory sequence which are bounded. Those oscillatory sequence which are bounded is called oscillatory sequence of finite oscillation, and which sequence which oscillatory sequence are unbounded, those are called oscillatory sequence of infinite oscillation. Okay, infinite oscillation. Okay, infinite oscillation. So we repeat the types of divergent sequences. Okay, first we see if xn is said to diverge plus infinity, if this condition holds. Okay, then we see xn is said to be diverge to minus infinity if this condition holds. Okay, if a sequence is said to diverge to either plus infinity or minus infinity, then we say the sequences are properly divergent. Okay, and there are another divergence. Okay, for example, minus 1 whole to the power n, this is divergent but not divergent to plus infinity nor divergence to minus infinity. Okay, this is also a sequence which neither diverges to plus infinity nor diverges to minus infinity. This type of sequence is called oscillatory sequence. And a oscillatory sequence which is bounded, is called oscillatory sequence of finite oscillation. Okay, an oscillatory sequence which is bounded is called oscillatory sequence of finite oscillation, and an oscillatory sequence which is unbounded is called oscillatory sequence of infinite oscillation. Clear? And this type of sequence, that is oscillatory sequence, are not properly divergent. Clear? So we have a chart of a sequence. We have a convergent sequence. Convergent if limit n tends to infinity, xn equal to L be a finite limit. Then if limit n tends to infinity, xn equal to L, then the sequence is said to be convergent and converges to L. Okay, and another is divergent sequence. Okay, divergent sequence are two types. Number one, properly divergent. Number two, improperly divergent or not properly divergent. Improperly divergent. Okay, another name is oscillatory sequence. Okay, and properly divergent means diverges to plus infinity or minus infinity. Okay, if a sequence either diverges to plus infinity or diverges to minus infinity, then we say the sequence is properly divergent. In improperly divergent, there are two types: oscillatory sequence of finite oscillation, and oscillatory sequence of infinite oscillation. Okay, sequence convergent and divergent. There are two types of divergent. One is properly divergent, one is improperly divergent. When properly divergent, if a sequence diverges to plus infinity, then we say it is properly divergent, or it is diverges to minus infinity, then we say this is properly divergent. Improperly divergent, another name is oscillatory sequence. There are two types of oscillatory sequence. one is for bounded, one is for bounded, and other is unbounded. Okay, and another is unbounded. Okay, for example, this is minus 1 whole to the power n, and this is minus 1 whole to the power n into n. Okay, and this is oscillatory sequence of finite oscillation, and the other is oscillatory sequence of infinite oscillation. Okay, so these are our divergent sequences. Clear? In the next class, we discuss some theorems on divergent sequences. Okay, that's it. Thank you.